to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show. I'm taking it down a notch, And take it down a notch because I do know that 33% of the people that watch Wine Library TV leave after the explosion in the first second. And they miss out on all the content, all the heartfelt, great education about wine, family, life, sharing, trusting your own pal. It just makes me sad, Chris Mott. It makes me sad. Big shake and bake shout out to Dino and Travis. Keep sending the t-shirts and I will keep wearing them. Anyways, blind tasting Australian Shiraz. I've been noticing something with my wine drinking habits outside of the Thunder Show. And I'm noticing that my palate is starting to appreciate the Australian wines a little bit more. I've done enormous amounts of flying elbows, camel clutches, which is actually this, and iron claws to the head dome of Australian Shiraz wines, and I'm noticing the palate's kind of coming back. Circa 1998 to 2001 vintage Australian wines, which was a couple years later than that, I was addicted to those wines. And I think my palate got overdone and just didn't like them anymore. And I started going more towards the earthy, more balanced wines, I guess. But as anything else in life, peaks and valleys, Mott. I've started seeing myself enjoying Australian Shiraz a little bit more lately as I taste it. And I'm excited about doing this blind tasting. We have 4 heavyweights, all blind, and so I'm really excited about tasting these wines. They all are pretty expensive. Ian has, taken all the foil off, everything, so here we go. Just completely blind, really a lot of fun. Let's kick it blind style. Wine number 1. Zoom it in, Mott. You like that, huh? You like that. Wine number 1. Oh, and here I hold the Jets 16-0 record that Brett Favre and company are going to be bringing to New York. Just saying. All right, let's give wine number 1 a sniffy sniff. P.S. I'm actually worried about the Jets' first game. Pennington and the Dolphins. I just have this weird feeling, Mott. This weird feeling that Pennington and the Dolphins are going to cause me some trouble. Anyway, really, really dark red color. Very dark, almost black-like. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Big licorice, Kirsch Royale kind of thing going on. Tons of fruit coming through. Explosive nose. Raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, mulberry, schmellenberry, gellenberry, bellenberry, rippenberry. I mean, it's all up in here with the berry. Very explosive on the nose. But considering a very heavy level of cassis, blackcurrant, and blackberries. So, a lot of that. Let's give it a whirl. Very heavy. Wow. Really aromatically explosive. Big richness, black licorice, Kirsch Royale, blackberry. Just intense fruit. A little rusty on the spitting. Anyway, sorry. It's the first time it went directly in my eye. Big wine. Definitely oaky. A lot of vanilla coming through. A little cedar box. Heavy tannins. Dark. Black chocolate coming through. Good weight. A little over the top for me. But again, lately seeing my palate enjoying the fruit bombs a little bit more than I used to. So not horrible. Definitely too hot for me on the back end. A very young wine. Well structured, well made. I like this wine. I think it's pretty decent. But it's definitely a wine that I think is probably a little over the top. I'm going to make some secret notes. I'm going to unveil them at the end. Let's see what's going on with the next one. Secret notes always brings a nice little element. I missed you, Vaniacs. I missed you hard. All right, wine number 2. Oh, boy. Yep. Never know what's going to happen on the Thunder Show. It's already spit in my eye. I've already made a big mess. That's for all the Vaniacs that couldn't be with us. A little rusty. Let's see what's going on with wine number 2. Not zooming in, baby. Wine number 2. Throw up the deuce. Double deuce. Billy D. Williams style. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Now this nose I like quite a bit. This is much more concentrated and focused on the nose. Great, beautiful color again. This has a little green pepper component going on, but still very heavy on the strawberries. A big, explosive plum I'm getting on the nose as well. Lots of plum coming through on this nose. Big nose. Yeah, heavy on the plum, lots of black cherry, lots of blueberries, very dark, very complex nose. As you can see, I got a little thought, I went away. Did you see? I kind of like went to Candyland, went a couple spots up and then came back. A very interesting nose. Let's give it a whirl. Wow. This wine caught me. It's so explosive and so rich and elegant, but the flavor on the back end is more classic Bordeaux-like. Lots of cream, almost like a vanilla custard component. So that shows a little oak, but no oak monster thing really going on. Just a very well-made, structured bottle of Cabernet, Shiraz type feel, right? So it's like, it's a Shiraz, I think, unless Ian's doing something funny, but it's got Cabernet characteristics in its structure and its backbone. Kind of interesting little wine. Very fruity. Kind of reminds me of the Grange that we had a little while ago. Could be the Grange. I don't think so. It's a little less oak-defied and a lot more focused. Where the Grange was flabby around the edges, kind of like I am. This one's more tight, like Michael Phelps. You see that? Not a body. I mean, that man's like just cut. Did you see that race, Mott? Like, that last second was insane. I mean, when he was like, come on, come on, come on. And then, yeah, I mean, that was awesome. That's what I love about sports. That was an amazing moment. This is like Michael Phelps lean, very focused. It also caught me. Kind of like when you play Uno and you put that second to last card and you're supposed to say Uno, but the other player's like, caught you. Like that quick, like, caught you. Oh, crap, you gotta take 4 more. It caught me like that. It caught me completely off guard. It's completely balanced, completely smoking. I like this wine a whole lot. I'm doing a little note here. Little fake note for myself. This wine is bringing obnoxious thunder. It's kind of like taking a classic Cote Rôtie to another level and having a little bit more brightness. It's like taking a really classic beauty and slutting her up a little bit. Just a hair, right? You know, like a classic European princess and maybe just taking one button undone. You know, like, but still not like horrible, Mott. You know what I mean? But just a hair. Maybe lift up her, you know, just a tad. Maybe it's a short skirt now instead of knee-high. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's a classic style, but with the brightness and the pizzazz of the New World. Very interesting wine. I'm liking it. I'm feeling it. And I think a lot of palates out there will, because it's so conducive to so many different palates. It's got the structure for the old world. It's got the fruit for the new world. It's got it all going on. Like Donkey Kong. That is a real deal wine, my friends. Like grape candy coming through on the back end. Like, really good. Like grape nerds. Wine number 3. What's going on here? So, wow, that was an awesome wine. Really like that wine. Real good. Wine number 3. Let's see what's going on here. Ah, thank you, Mott. Wine number 3. Zoomy zoom. Give me a zoom, zoom, zoom with a boom, boom. Just shake it rump. All right, let's give this a sniffy sniff. Now this has a little bit like almost like a match component coming through. A little like, you know, a little bit of that match thing going on. Little stinky, sulfury kind of thing going on in the nose. Smells like a science project more than a wine. Little blackberry. But definitely charcoaly, sulfury, matchy kind of thing going on. A little different. A little awkward. A lot of people think it's spoiled or what have you. I don't think so. It's just got a residue. Let's give it a whirl. Didn't love it at first. Was a little awkward. Then it came through with some really nice fruit, but kind of fake. More so than the last one where it had balance. And then it felt really creamy and just meh. Muted coconut water. if that makes any sense whatsoever. Give it one more whirl, but this... I've been waiting for Ian to trick me in these blind tastings, so I'm going to go with a trick here. I'm going to go with a $15 Shiraz, even though I told him, you know, we're going to go high end. I mean, this tastes like a $15 Shiraz to me. I know it's not, though. So, I mean, I don't like this wine. It feels a little fake to me. It tastes cheap. There's been a lot of $15 to $20 Shirazes that I've tasted like this. It's just not doing much for me. I mean, it's not horrible. It's got good fruit in the mid palate, which I like, and it's concentrated there, but the beginning and the end are crap. Think about a movie that sucks in the beginning and sucks at the end. That's a movie that's not going to do well, because nobody's going to get to the middle, right? And even if you get through the crappy beginning, and you're like, oh, okay, here it goes, and then it finishes crap, you're like, why did I even... You see what I mean, Mont? Yeah. Let's move on. Wine number 4. Rinse. While I rinse, you zoom. Look at this. Multitasking. Look at the multitask skills. This is a good time to do a huge shout out. You stream folks, please pay attention. I am looking for Merced Solis. He lives in Roxbury Township, New Jersey. He's a Spanish teacher at Eisenhower Middle School. Merced Solis, I want you on my show. I want you to taste wine with me on Wine Library TV. If anybody knows who this man is or has access to him, please send him this link. I would be honored to have this man on my show. He's also better known as Tito Santana to a lot of you, the famous World Wrestling Federation wrestler. So, Merced, you're in Jersey. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Hopefully you're a wine fan. We can do some Spanish wines or Portuguese wines or whatever the heck you're into. California, Australia. It would be my honor, my big honor to have you on the show. We need to make this happen. Vaniacs in New Jersey, especially if you live in Roxbury Township, and especially if your kids go to Eisenhower Middle School. I need your help. Let's get Tito Santana arriba on the Thunder Show. Mott, what do you think? You think it's going to happen? I think it could happen. Mott's getting confident. Thinks it could happen. Wine number 4. Wine number 4. We did the zoom in. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Wow, this is different completely. This has got even a little stinctified action. Had I not known better that this was Australian wines, I would have probably thought this was a little more new old world. Dirty socks coming through. I get like rocks and dirt, kind of like the stuff that you get in your hands after you played with G.I. Joes outside for 4 or 5 hours. Coming through, it's just very soil-like dirt, rocks, maybe a little worm, maybe a daddy long legs was played around with, you know, that kind of stuff. Wow, very mulchy, very landscaper up in my nose. I got a landscaper stuck in my nose piece, my friends. Wow, I do get a little purple fruit roll-up action coming through along with that. So maybe like a landscaper that worked all day, took a fruit roll-up, wrapped it around his hand, and I took his hand with the fruit roll-up and taste it. That's what this smells like. Let's give it a whirl. Wow, all that explosive fruit, over-the-top action that I talk about is not present in this Shiraz. My flavor profile still yearns towards this old world Cab Franc kind of thing. I love the complexity of this wine. I get asparagus, white asparagus, on the mouthfeel. I get some grapefruit, just very silky, explosive, just interesting wine. I get a little hint of plum in this wine as well, but I also get a little bit of clove and almost like cauliflower on the mouthfeel, which is very interesting. It's very elegant and smooth. Reminds me of a classic Bordeaux more than an Australian Shiraz. Check that. Actually reminds me even more of like a Northern Rhone wine. I mean, this is really interesting. This is nothing. No way in heck. Total humble city. In a blind tasting, I am not going Australia. Again, Ian could get cute. It's possible, but he's not that cute. Do you know what I mean? And so I like this wine, but very, very different than the last wines. And so I'm going to line them up with my notes, and I'm going to score them and unveil them for you. I love the blind format. I have a lot of fun with these shows. What do I want to talk about? Oh, Happy belated birthday to Dee Dee. That says Chris's, who maintains Gary's scores up there. If you ever want to see any of the scores I've ever given, right above there. If you're on WineLibraryTV.com, not if you're on your pod, or if you're on iTunes, or if you're on YouTube right now, or Break, or anywhere else. You got to come here and check it out on WineLibraryTV.com. Happy belated birthday. Also, Thunder Cruise continuing to sell. Just check the numbers before I came on here. Really cool action. I really want you to be a part of that. Mott, link up the Thunder Cruise for people that don't know what it is. We need you to be a part of this action. It is good action. You're going to want to be a part of it. Anyway, let's get into the wines. I like that wine, Mott. I like that wine a lot. Go 92 on that. 88 on that. Okay, here we go. This is wine number 3 came in last. Wine number 1 came in third. Wine number 4 in second. And wine number 2 came in first by far. The first wine I disliked. In last place, wine number 3, I scored 81 points. I was very disappointed with it. I thought there was a lot of $10 to $12 wines that I think are equal, if not better than this wine. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. This is the Moo Shield Estate 2002 Shiraz, 54 US dollars, 93 points Wine Spectator. I totally disagree. 93 Spectator, 81 GV. Though I love number 81, Dustin Keller, I definitely disagree with the Wine Spectator on this wine. Nice, I made it. Pick up the, come on, let's go walk over here. Did I cash that from the corner? Did I cash that? Look at this, Mom. Look at this. I cashed it from the corner. Now, let me show them. Let me show them from the caddy corner over here, over the defenseman, over the defending chair, straight cash. What do you think about that, Mott? Amazing, nice. That was an awesome shot. 81 point wine to me, definitely unacceptable for 54 bones, and highly recommend anybody who ever comes across it to pass it hard. All right, next, this wine right here, wine number 1. I scored 87 points. I thought it was okay. If you remember, it was kind of okay. It was a little too fruit bomby, just okay. Kind of like the wines that I've been picking on normally, just over the top in my opinion. Not enough, just that flabbiness, remember? That flabbiness that I have, Michael Phelps doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And this is wine number 1. Okay? Molly Duker, a brand that is very hot that I've had issues with in the past. This is the Enchanted Path 2006 vintage. By the way, Sarah and Sparky Marquis are way up here. I love them. I buy their wines strictly because I think they're amazing human beings. They're a little over the top for my palate, but a lot of people love them. Just keep that in mind. This wine is also 66% Shiraz, 34% Cabernet. It's 72 US dollars, 94 points J. Miller. Again, I think it's overrated. 16% alcohol. And that means it's even higher, possibly. I mean, again, just not my style, but I think that they deserve a lot of credit for being pioneers for what they do. It's just, again, not my style. I don't know what else to say. 72 bones. Would not go there. Anyway, this is wine number 4. I liked quite a bit. I went 92 points on wine number 4. I thought it was very old world style. I really enjoyed it. Never would have thought it was over the top, New World Aussie wine. Let's see what this is. This is the Hardy's, Eileen Hardy 2000 vintage Shiraz, 90 points Wine Spectator, 74 bones. I thought this was a great effort, 92 point wine. If you're looking for something, a throwback style, I think you'll enjoy it. It was extremely good. I liked it, but it's very much a Rhone play more than an Australian play. And finally, at 94 plus points, wine number 2. Adored this wine. Adored it. If it's fair, I know it's going to be expensive based on 54, 72, 74. But if it's a good price, you need to go look at it. Big bottle. Right. I've had this wine before, and so I didn't pick it up from the one time I had it. I loved it. This is the Branson Coach House Greenock Valley Rare Single Vineyard Shiraz. 95 points. Wine Spectator. 60 US dollars. I give the Spectator enormous amounts of credit. I think they hit it right on the head. This wine is completely bringing the thunder. Absolutely phenomenal, and almost the cheapest one in the bunch. For my palate, if you're looking for that balance, that elegance, that fruit, that explosiveness, you've got to go there. But I'm starting to lean towards the Aussie wines again. I enjoyed this. This is probably a little too fruit bomby a year ago. So palates change. Keep that in mind. Ultimately, it's always about your own palate, but remember, your palate will change. It will evolve, it'll change, you'll get into things. You might even get into wines that you don't think are okay, like sweet wines or Rieslings or dessert wines or sparkling wines or Moscato d'Asti or whatever it may be. It's okay. Just follow your own palate, trust your own palate, but always try new things. And do me one more thing. Drink with people you love. You know that's the Thunder way, the Vano Nation way, Mott.
The Thunder Creed.
The Thunder Creed, I like that. Mott, we have to get you on the Thunder Cruise. Have you talked to Wifey about it yet? I'd like Wifey to come. Would she want to come?
She said she would.
Okay. Miss Mott, go and make it happen.
Are there a couple of hammocks down by the coal bunkers?
Well, no, we're going to need you to, like, sleep on the floor. But, you know, you have to tape anyway. You have to be up every minute, actually. So you'll need to sleep the whole week before. Question of the day. What is your favorite Australian Shiraz you've had in the last 7.5 months? Because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.